myself, so I hope the video turns alright. Also, I hope the light doesn't go out because it's already evening. Good evening. It is currently 5:40 on January 31st, 2023, and I am recording my first video ever. Why am I recording a video after my vacations have ended and my classes have started? Because I'm a lazy ass procrastinating bitch and I hate myself. I had an entire month of vacations to do everything, but I didn't do anything. I just slept. I did not record any videos, I did not do any editing work, and I did nothing, which is just classic Saranya. YouTube has occupied my brain with for the last 2 years. My first video is going to be vastly different from what I had imagined it to be. The reason for it is twofold. Number one, shooting and editing videos is so freaking difficult. Like, don't get me wrong, I had never assumed that it would be really easy to make YouTube videos. You have to shoot them and then you have to edit them, then you have to make sure that everything is prim and proper, you have to upload titles and tags and descriptions. But I had never really given a thought to how much work that would be. I always had somewhat of an inkling about how to edit videos, that okay, this is how this lower third is going to go, or this is how I'm going to shoot this transition. But actually doing that in real world, this is so difficult and so time consuming. Never did I think that it would take me ages to even edit a 1 minute video. Obviously, I need to practice a lot more. Professionals take about a couple of minutes to create an amazing motion graphic, but the same thing takes me more than 2 hours. That's why I need to optimize my time better. Maybe that's why I feel like there are only 8 hours in a day. I snap my fingers and it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Where did all the time go? The script I had originally planned for this video had to be scrapped because that was written a really long time ago, more than a year and a half from now. That was when I was newly starting college. I had a lot of expectations, a lot of new things were beginning for me. I thought it would be a good time to add my YouTube videos into the mix as something new that I was going to begin doing. There were also a lot of uncertainties. I wasn't fully sure where I was going to college for. I had already gotten into MIT, but there were some branch issues. That's why I was thinking of even switching colleges, and I used to think that would be a good time for posting that video because it would signify a lot of good new beginnings, like new college, new me, new professional life, new YouTube channel, new my content creation journey, and more good things. But that did not happen, sadly, because of multiple reasons, and mainly one, the content creation part specifically, because I did not have a laptop. Speaking of good laptops, look at this thing. This is just amazing. It's so good. It has literally changed my life. It's so good I might cry. Just this. I have this 7 years old laptop that took so much of time to even open, and like the genius I am, I tried installing Premiere Pro on it, did not even open. I thought I should be downloading a lightweight software, so I tried downloading DaVinci Resolve, which is also free, but even that did not open. I downloaded Shortcut. That is another app that I found that you can use to edit videos, but even that did not work at all. No lightweight software also worked. Ever since I got this laptop, like October last year, my life has been heaven. I love you. Hence, I am starting now. I think it's also a bit of a silver lining now, because now that I'm in my second year of college, I have a lot more realistic expectations. I know what to expect now. I am also a lot more sure of the things that I would like to pursue. Also, since I'm in my second year of college, I'll maybe post a video detailing my first year of college. So if you want a video on that, thumbs up, comment. If you're watching this, I'm hoping you're from the future and you came to my YouTube channel and watched this first video because I have really blown up and you were curious how it all started. If not, I don't know how you got here, but thanks, but you're the best. For now, my priorities have changed a little from when I was about to start college. So in this video, I'll be trying to elaborate upon the 5 things that I would like to pursue maybe in the next 4 to 5 years. You can't really set a long-term goal now because everything just changes so quickly. But here are some things that I would like to pursue. This will also act a video diary where I will post videos bi-monthly, not semi-monthly, which is like once in 2 months. that got me really confused. So why five things first of all? Because Mr. Warren Buffett says so, and he's the richest man, so he has to be doing something right. According to his philosophy, you should be number one, knowing what you want to do. So he first asks you to list down about 25 things that you would like to do in your life, and you should be listing them in that decreasing order of priority. Number two, strike off the rest of the 20. Just focus on the first five. Make sure you only pick five of them which are of the highest priority to you. Number three, that is now your avoid at all costs list. Why? Did that surprise anyone? It certainly surprised me. Most people think that okay, when you have your top five priorities, you should try to do them like you should marry your priorities. You should have a complete perfect top five plan to execute them. But okay, a lot of people think that okay, these are the rest 20 things that I would like to do. So maybe I should sprinkle them in somewhere in between my five activities. But that is actually what prevents from people becoming superstars, becoming the experts in their field. This type of behavior creates the most detrimental distractions that you can have, which will prevent you from becoming one of the most successful people in your field. You cannot become a superstar by focusing on everything. You have to decide what you want, decide what you're willing to exchange for it. Establish your priorities and go to work. A famous quote by H.L. Hunt. So after a lot of deliberation, I have come up with my top 5 list, and here it goes. Number 0. Why start with a 0? I don't know. I feel like every YouTuber has their thing, and so starting from number 0 would be my thing because I'm a programmer. I'm enrolled in a software engineering course, and you start indexing things by zeros in programming and coding. So here's why it's number 0. So, number 0, YouTube channel. Obviously, this has been kind of my fantasy for about the last 2 years, and I was so obsessed with making YouTube videos that I did everything related to it. I have been thinking about YouTube obsessively, like trying to script videos, creating videos, scripting them. I already have over 100 videos scripted in various stages of progression. I did not have a good laptop as I mentioned earlier, so I could not really start editing videos, but I could not let that inertia hang over me, and that's why I did something that would make me feel happier. I kept typing out ideas and researching topics so that I could feel I was making a little bit of progress. I was still taking baby steps towards it. I am also starting to get a hang of the platform because I'm on it all day, every day. I also learned about SEO. I learned about what goes into making good videos. I learned into how you can optimize your titles and tags and descriptions so that this video reaches everyone. Next, number 1, freelancing. One of my ultimate goals in life is financial independence, and I think video editing could be a great way to achieve it. Not complete financial independence, but I think that's a good first step to start with. I have been considering video editing as a way to expand my income sources because I have to learn that for my own channel as well, and hopefully when I get really good at it, I can snag some clients and make those great. Also, when I talk about freelancing, I am not including sites like Upwork, Fiverr, Freelancer because it is very difficult to get long-term clients because you are completely dependent on the platform and you have to bid for gigs, which is not really optimal. You have to have your own client, not just one of people who want to get Taj Mahal built in $100. My strategy right now is to approach some creators that I have been following and ask them for opportunities to edit their videos because they are the ones who need it the most and they might be actively hiring for those roles as well. So if I am able to impress them with my portfolio and edit their videos really nicely, I may get some gigs for them. Simultaneously, I would also like to attract organic clients. I know it might take me a very long time to get to that, but I have complete faith in this plan. This will also act as more of a long-term strategy instead of something that really bubbles up quickly but fizzles out even quicker. Number 2, upskilling. Often when you think about really successful people like Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Sundar Pichai, Jeff Bezos, the first thing that comes to our minds is how smart they are, how successful they are. Also, in how much of a completely different league they are in terms of their ideas, skills, and execution. It obviously requires so much of sheer knowledge to be able to construct a billion or $1 trillion company from scratch. And what do they all have in common? Amazing brain and an equally amazing work ethic. That's the best way to put it. You're only as valuable as much as you're irreplaceable. Think about it. Would you be able to construct another Facebook? If you're the promoter or founder of a really big organization, you're irreplaceable. Nobody can replace you, nobody can work like you do, and nobody can execute the plans as well as you do. This is also a reason why people with lower salaries get paid lower salaries in the first place. That's a little harsh, but they're very replaceable. They're just another wheel in the cog, just grinding away, and anyone else can do their job too. Not to be very harsh, but that's the reality. But a videographer turned media business owner earns a lot more because they also have the managerial skills in addition to the existing video skills. The same thing goes for other fields as well. So my goal would be to upskill myself and make myself as valuable as possible. Someone who has studied multiple fields and can bring them together cohesively. Number 3, startup. Another ultimate life goal of mine is to have a startup, a company, or a business of my own, something that I have full freedom over. At the end of 4 years, I ideally want to be running something of my own. I want to be running a successful business, but if that needs to happen, the preparation for it needs to start now. If I want to skip placements, I already have to have something in place from today, something very concrete, which is going to give me a lot of support both financially and mentally. I need to already have a very solid system in place, which has to be both stable and has the potential to grow. Also, skipping placements has kind of become this status symbol where you're really cool and amazing when you skip placement or even dropping out for that matter. I have entertained so many fantasies about dropping out, just looking at other people do it and thinking that sounds so cool. You're the ultimate, you're the best, you're at the top of the world if you can skip placements and have something of your own. Statistically, if you look at the top universities in the world like Harvard or Stanford, the dropouts have a lot more chances of becoming really successful than the people who actually complete the course. And that is obviously because they are dropping out of such a good university because they have some plan and they don't think the university is going to be able to help them with it. Think about all the famous founders and CEOs. Now, I am neither someone who is in a top college or someone who's going to drop out nearly soon enough. I will have to focus on working on myself because, like every young person, I used to think, oh, okay, someone tell me what's $1 trillion idea. I should start working on it. But that's not how it works. Even if you have that idea, there are going to be 1,000 other people in this country or in this world, hundreds of thousands of people who have the same idea. They just don't know how to execute it. It's just an idea they're entertaining themselves with. You have to think about what concrete plans you have. How are you going to distinguish your idea from the one that the rest of the people have, and how are you going to execute them? I feel like I'm saying executed a lot. So execution matters, and that boils down to your knowledge, which reinforces my last point about upskilling myself as much as possible and trying to apply it in my real life. Because if you know something and you can't really apply it in your life, what point does it even have? It's kind of useless then. Number 4, last but not the least, academics. I know a lot of people that say grades don't matter, your college doesn't matter, it's just a piece of paper, this is not going to determine your future. And while I think that is largely correct, when you talk about marks not mattering, you're actually talking about not putting all your free time and energy into studying and getting the best possible grade. You're not aiming to be the first in your class. You're talking about actually only putting in that much of effort which is required and passing the class and investing the rest of your time into learning something that is going to be a lot more useful in your future. You're actually talking about putting in only as much of effort as required and then not obsessing over it after getting the grade that you have gotten. That is because the time that you could have used in some other way, because that time can be spent a lot more efficiently. So for example, in college, instead of studying for 4 hours and getting a 9-pointer, you could instead study for 1 hour and invest those other 3 into doing something like an internship or trying to code. or you can try to make YouTube videos like I am trying to do. We should be able to take up a skill and then monetize it or get an internship, which is going to secure your chances of a job much more than only theoretical academics would do. In my first year, I actually did not focus on studying at all. I would spend the night before of an exam trying to know what the material is, trying to know what the syllabus is included. Sometimes even on the day of the exam, I would be headed to the center completely blank. I know that was really reckless. I don't even know how I passed all my courses. That was really reckless now that I think of it. It's a miracle that I even passed. I was barely getting by, sleeping through classes, trying to read books, or trying to work on YouTube videos, or trying to script YouTube videos, getting other work done. Because to be very frank, I was not interested in any of the subjects. In your first year, you have a combination of all subjects. In spite of whether you're a computer science engineer, you will have to study civil engineering courses, mechanical engineering, chemical engineering, biotechnology, and everything. In typical rebellious teen fashion, I was like, why am I even studying subjects that are not even useful to me? I was in my college is trash and it cannot determine my future phase. Kind of shot myself in the foot with that, but it's okay. I learned my lesson. I also learned a lot of new things. I socialized a lot. I was in a lot of clubs and student projects. I was also learning a lot of new things. I earned quite a bit of money. I learned how to code. I took a lot of computer science courses and so on. It's 6:10 already. If you will excuse me, I have to go get some dinner. I am starving. If you stayed here till the end, I am so grateful. You are the best. If you like the video, subscribe, share it with your friends, comment, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye.